A man is sometimes more generous when he has little money than when he has much, perhaps to keep from thinking he has none at all. Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. Limitation. In the possibility of enjoyment raises the value of the enjoyment. If youth knew, if age could. When one does not have what one wants, one must want what one has. We are never so defenseless as when we love, and never so helplessly unhappy as when we lose the object of love or his love. A father's death is the most important event, the more heartbreaking and poignant loss in a man's life. We are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love. At a woman's breast, love and hunger are crossed. Friendship is an art of keeping distance, while love is an art of intimacy. The first indication of stupidity is a complete lack of shame. Happiness is a child's dream fulfilled in maturity. The voice of the intellect is quiet, but it never tires of repeating, and listeners are found. A busy man is seldom visited by idle friends. No flies fly to a boiling pot. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. Most people do not really want freedom because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. Experience teaches us that the world is not a nursery. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Only the complete absence of sex can be considered a sexual deviation. Everything else is a matter of taste. A woman should soften, but not weaken a man. In the small matters, trust the mind. In the large ones, trust the heart. Avoid women who talk a lot about sex, because often they have gotten a psychological breakdown from the lack of it. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. The more perfect a person is on the outside, the more demons they have on the inside. Words have a magical power. They can bring either the greatest happiness or deepest despair. No mortal is capable of keeping a secret. If his lips are silent, his fingertips speak. Betrayal oozes from him through every pore. From error to error, one discovers the entire truth. The only person with whom you have to compare ourselves is that you in the past, and the only person better you should be. This is who you are now. Envy is destructive. Don't be tempted by it. Live by your own rules. Every normal person is really only partly normal. Just as no one can be forced into belief, so no one can be forced into unbelief. Thought is action and rehearsal. Depression is a frozen fear. A husband is almost always only a substitute for the beloved man, and not this man himself. The best is always the enemy of the good. All family life is organized around the most damaged person in it. A woman will never want sex with a man who doesn't get her hints. How bold one gets when one is sure of being loved. Recognizing a problem is half the success in solving it. Religion is a universal compulsive neurosis.